We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming here on the Blue Corner. Greetings, everyone, and we're back at it again with some tournament results. This time it's strictly OCG, and unfortunately, it's also teams. So as a result, we have to take these results with a grain of salt because the team format is a different beast than that of singles. You have more variety in what decks can be played on a team, and like we've gone over this before. So basically, even though we're going to be seeing some decks that look to be performing quite strongly in here, we have to be still. That's great, but so with that being said, let's dive into this thing. We have first up the third Tri-Crit VGCS standard format, 38 teams. First place was Neo Nectar Oracle Think Tank, OTT going 7-0, and Angel Feather going 5-2. Two Protect clans that are pretty good, and a Force clan that is getting a lot of hype right now. Second place, Shadow Paladin, 5-2, Spike Brothers 3-4, and Neo Nectar 5-2. So Spike's not doing well that day. Third place, Angel Feather, and then Neo Nectar going 6-1, Murakumo, and fourth place, Spike Brothers, Angel Feather, Neo Nectar. So we have a Neo Nectar on all four of these teams, and an Angel Feather on three of these. Even though I did just make that thing of saying take everything with a grain of salt, that's still pretty impressive. Although if we look at this clan distribution, Neo Nectar had 26 people playing and Angel Feather had 20 people playing. So that's a significant amount. Like, not surprisingly, we had a good because there were so many Angels and Neos that they were able to get in here. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if over half the teams had a Neo Nectar player on it. It's crazy because like Neo Nectar, I mean, it's a good deck, but it's by no means better than Oracle Think Tank. In fact, I'm pretty confident that the Oracle Think Tank versus Neo Nectar matchup is just abysmal for Neos. Just because you have no crit pressure or restand pressure stuff with the Vanguard. Like, you make three big lines, but OGG can PG them every turn, and sometimes they can multiple PG at every turn. Hell, Angel Feather versus Neo Nectar is also not exactly a pleasant matchup for Neos. But in any case, let's take a look at this first place team, in which we have pretty much a standard Neo Nectar. Like, the only real differences you're going to be seeing in these lists, for the most part, is just what the last grade ones are. We have 4 Cecilia, 4 Tomato, 1 Trailing Rose, 4 Sylvia, 4 Sunlight Gardens Guide, 4 Irminsul, 4 Merca, 4 Fruit Basket itself, and then you either see 4 Corolla Dragon, 4 Rebecca, 3-1, 2-2. Yeah, like that's pretty much all I can really say. And we'll be talking about Sunlight Garden Alpha in a moment because oh boy, that's a discussion point. Then we have this Oracle Think Tank list. Is this okay? So this guy dropped Tort and is playing Sotorihime instead, which isn't actually a bad call. Like, if you don't own Torts right now, it's not the worst thing in the world, because Sotorihime allows you to try and dig for that stack of a scry of a defensive trigger against decks like Murakumo. So if you're up against Murakumo, you'd much rather be on Amaterasu with a Sotorihime on rear to try and, well, survive the turns and try and hopefully get it to the point where you will be able to either crit sack them to death or they F up, use up all their counter blasts, and you finally get a turn. You're only going to get one Imperial Daughter off in that matchup as a whole, but make it count. And then Angel Feather. I have to point out that Angels don't really play their promo card like Neo Nectar does, so you can pretty much build this deck verbatim once it comes out over here. Like, this guy's running 2 of the promo, but people don't need it as much as Neo Nectar needs Sunlight Garden Elf. Then we have our second place, Shadow Paladins, second place, Spike Brothers, second place, Neo Nectar. This is an instance where the guy's playing for Rebecca, but otherwise the lineup is pretty much the same. Like, again, you're going to be seeing 4 Tomato and then 0-1 Trailing Rose. And then here's your Angel Feather. This one is playing only one of the grade 1 promos next to the starter. So again, it's not a very high in demand card. And then, let's see. Let's just scroll down a little bit because I don't want to dive into like the second tournament here. Let's go down to our third place team. Oh my, we already went we're already on the third place team. So here's the third place Neo Nectar for Rebecca. And this is the Murakumo player. So this one is rocking the 4 Musashi and 2 Mandala Lord. I believe they go 3 Mandala, 2 Musashi, or is it 3-3? I don't know. In any case. And then our fourth place team consists of Spike Brothers, Angel Feather, and Neo Nectar. Ooh, that is some serious glare, but that's the starter. Yeah, okay, this one's playing Rebecca. So we're seeing more Rebecca's in these lists than Corolla Dragon. Uh, I really can't say which one's better than the other. Both have their merits. Corolla Dragon gets reasonably big, especially if you can get it back there and you start spamming Cecilia's. Then it's going to be a +9, but Rebecca makes things big for a turn. And I underestimated the usefulness of Rebecca, but I don't believe it should have been a triple rare. And then we have the Nakajima VGCS standard format, 19 teams, which is pretty small, but apparently this tournament had a 2014 cap. But basically, this is very small for even a team environment. So, again, these results are kind of on the you got to take it with a grain of salt thing. But in any case, first place, Angel Feather 7-0, Neo Nectar 7-0, Murakumo 5-2. Second place, Spike Brothers 3-4, Gold Paladin 5. Golds? What the hell? We have a golds in here? And Angel Feather 5-2. So, wait. This team has a Gold Paladin player that helped carry a Spike Brothers deck alongside Angel Feather. What the hell kind of world are we in? Like, and this is what, week 2? Yeah, like, wow. Golds have already managed to achieve the same amount of success as Aquaforce has in Japan. And maybe that just means that they'll do go to Vera. But basically, you can make the argument that Gold Paladin's already better than Aquaforce. Oof. Third place, Neo Nectar Spikes Angel Feather. Angels went 7-0. And then fourth place was Angel Feather, Neo Nectar, and Murakumo. Clan Distribution, 1 Royals, 1 Grand Blue, 2 Nova Grappler, 3 Oracle Think Tank, 3 Tachikaze, 4 Kagero, 4 Spikes, 5 Shadows, 6 Golds, 6 Murakumo, and 11 Angel Feather Neo Nectar. Now, you're probably noticing that there is a significant drop-off in the amount of Oracle Think Tank being played in these tournaments. It's not that OTT is being power crept out or it's got like awful matchups. It's just people are sick of playing the deck because it's been good since May. Like, when the deck is running the show for so long and you've been playing that kind of deck for so long, you get bored and you want to try other things. Because if you think people over here are not fond of how standard format is, imagine how Japan is. They've had to play in this god-awful environment for even longer than we have. So it's no surprise that people are willing to like jump off OTT for a little bit, try out these decks. But when push comes to shove and there's like a major tournament, I'm pretty certain the Oracle Think Tank will come out in droves and win because it's still got amazing matchups across the board against just about everything out there. Murakumo's a bit on the iffy side, but if a good Oracle Think Tank player goes up against a bad Murakumo player, the good Oracle Think Tank player should be able to win. Like, the matchup is not like 70-30. I think it's 60-40 in Murakumo's favor. I think so. Yeah. So in any case, let's take a look at this first place team, which has Angel Feather, and that's some serious glare, but I don't think it's playing the promo. There's your Neo Nectar. This guy is playing a build that does not run Trailing Rose at all, and he's also playing one of the 10k Shield Grade 2. And for Rebecca. Okay, and then third place we have this Murakumo deck with a Slifer the Sky Dragon as his Axel marker. This is the second place team, Spikes. Second place, Gold Paladins. No wonder why this Gold Paladin was able to do something. It doesn't play Ezel! Oh boy. Okay, this is going to trigger people when I say this, but Ezel is kind of shit. Like, yes, you can do your little superior ride thing going first, but in order to take the full advantage of that, you still have to open really well and hope your opponent doesn't hit defensive triggers. So basically, you have to high roll like any other Axel deck, and the whole doing Ezel thing eats up soul, and you need your soul for some of your other cards. So this guy is just playing Pelennor, Sagramore, and the Giftless Grade 3. Turns out having Pelennor on Vanguard to bounce back your guys and reuse them again is not awful. And you managed to save up on the soul in order to actually use Pellennor's Restand skill. So, yeah, if you're looking for a competitive Gold Paladin deck to play, give this a shot. Much like Aquaforce. Oh man, the similarities of Aquaforce are pretty notable because just like Aquaforce, this is one of the worst clans of its gift type out there, and just like Aquaforce, the superior build does not play its VR. As we all know, Maelstrom's kind of shit. Well, Ezel is also kind of that way, although I would say that Maelstrom is worse than Ezel, so, like, yeah, Gold Paladins are basically a better Aquaforce, but they're worse than Pale Moon and Nova Grappler, who are then worse than Murakumo. But yeah, there you go. Oh, that is hilarious. And yeah, this is the Spikes team. The Spikes guy that got carried by Gold and Angel Feather. Oof. And then we have our third place team. Yes, our third place team. Here's your Neo Nectar. This one's playing Rebecca. So for Rebecca, it seems to be more commonplace than the Corolla Dragons. And then you have your Angel Feather here. And then our last team, fourth place. Let's see. There's your Angel Feather. There's your Neo Nectar. This one's playing one Corolla and three. Yeah, like, oh, this guy decided to cut out one tomato and play one more trailing rose. So there's your little deviation from the standard Neo Neck list. However, and then there's your Murakumo. I don't think. Have you guys noticed something? These decks are all playing Sunlight Garden Elf at 4 copies. And if you're wondering just how important this promo is to the deck, last I checked, it costs this much in Japan. This is a $40 promo. Add on the fact that Cecilia's are going for like 20, 25. You have an absurdly expensive deck for standard format. Like, let me just grab my phone calculator here and do a little bit of math. I think someone said that the deck costs roughly $300 to build. Because what, you've got your $25 VRs times 4, so that's 100, plus your $40 promo cards times 4, that's 160. So yeah, that's already 260 for just the VR and the promos. Add in the triple rares, and yeah, you've got a near $300 deck. I think this costs more than Shadow Paladin. Yeah, because I think PBD is cheaper than Sunlight Garden Elf. And I know what you're thinking, but Blue, we're going to get this card too, right? Well, that's the problem. It's a promo card that was not a box topper or anything. It was something that Japan got for like one of their many weird promotions out there. So there's no telling when we're going to get Sunlight Garden Elf. And that's a problem because the way that standard Neo Nectar decks are built, they're built in order to try and get as much mileage out of Tomato as possible, and you want to generate tokens as fast and frequently as possible to use his draw skill to make him big, because he's your ideal first ride, and he's a fantastic rear guard. And how do you take advantage of him? By producing tokens. Like, the difference between having Sunlight Garden Elf and not having Garden Elf is actually kind of profound. Like, I legitimately believe that if we do not get Sunlight Garden Elf over here, Angel Feather will actually be the superior clan in this set, followed by Neos, followed by Golds. Like, I won't say the deck is unplayable, because if you don't have Garden Elf, then you have to play like a Trailing Rose oriented build, but like the card puts in a lot of work. Like, it's very reminiscent of how what's the best example here? It's more important for Neo Nectar than Tort is for OTT. I guess it's the equivalent of the the Nova Grappler promo cards. Yes, because having King and Queen and King of Sword and Queen of Heart or whatever those cards are, they change up how that deck plays dramatically. And Sunlight Garden Guide is pretty much the same way. So this one's going to be pretty difficult to see how it pans out over here. Will Neo Nectar be able to compete without Garden Guide in North America? When will we get Garden Guide? And how much are people going to charge for it? Because, like, word about this card's expense has gotten around in the Discord, so people will know that this is going to be a highly sought after promo card when we get this. It really sucks that when we get this deck over here, we're not going to be able to play the optimal build because we don't have the bajillion promos that Japan gets, and the fact that Bushiroad just can't really seem to be consistent in regards to their promos. They're either really shit or they're really absurd, much like Garden Guide here. My bad. Like, it's disappointing because, like, I'm looking forward to playing this deck, and playing this particular build is actually pretty fun. Like, you make big numbers, you draw cards. It's just, unfortunately, your protect matchups are definitely not ideal, but yeah, Neo Nectar are really good, and Garden Guide goes a long way for that. Meanwhile, though, Angel Feather doesn't really care that much about its promo, so it's fine. And Gold Paladin, their promo's what? Battledore clone? Yeah, I believe so, but it's like 8K or something. But they would still play it, though, because Gold doesn't really have a lot of good options for its cards at the moment. So, anyway, that's the video. Sorry for the long tangent about Garden Guide, but, like, it's very reminiscent of how Yu-Gi-Oh! Has these really good promo cards, these jump promo cards, or these OCG exclusives that make or break their decks, and we have to wait, like, a year and a half just to get these stupid things, such as Nebra Disc. There we go. So, yeah, it just sucks. In any case, though, hope you guys enjoyed this. Until next time, this is BlueStar899, checking out.